In today's hardcore Minecraft video, I'm going to be building something big, something huge, something
mega.
I've been designing it for the past 3 days and I'm super excited to bring it to life. That's right, welcome back to hardcore Minecraft. I'm Smallishbeans and I'm terrible at hardcore Minecraft. So far we've survived 67 hours and 377 Minecraft days. Let's see how much we can extend that today. Now, last time I transformed this cave here and built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings. Now, I know what you're thinking. You built 8 last time and you're only building 1 today? What on earth? Why should I subscribe to you? Well, that's a good point. But if you do subscribe in the next 5 seconds, I'll pet Muddy here. Ha, you stupid fools. You can't pet animals in Minecraft. I can't believe you fell for that. Pet. Now we're going to be gathering up a lot of different materials today, so I need to fix up this poor axe. Let's trade with some villagers. Trade what? That's right, crops, baby, as it's all we really have at the moment. So as you can see, I completely forgot to put my axe in my hotbar here for all my potatoes, but luckily I remembered and managed to do all the carrots and other stuff and got it fixed up. I also made myself an ender chest to store some stuff in, added mending to a load of my tools I hadn't already, and then also fixed up my pickaxe by disenchanting some useless diamond armor. Now let's talk location of this big old build. On the left here we got a lot of stuff going on, but on the right, ooh, is that space? You know it is space, and we love and hate space here because space is good for building on, but bad when it's empty. Let's build something on it. So what are we gonna build on this space? Well, that's when I decided to hop into my creative world and started messing around and trying to design something. I tried out different shapes I'd never used before, like pentagons, but settled on an octagon. And it took me a long time to get something that I was finally happy with, as I was trying to build out my comfort zone and use different block styles that I don't really normally use. And I've designed it all, but I'm not going to show you it yet. Instead, we're going to work on this layer by layer, like an onion or an ogre. An ogre? Oh gosh. Flashbacks. Let's start with our first layer, which is quite a small one, but we still need a lot of materials. So you know that funky music is playing, we're gathering materials, baby, and I chopped a lot of spruce wood, way more than I actually needed, because I thought I'll just do it all in one go. And here you can see the only spruce wood we actually did need, which wasn't a lot. I headed off past the ocean to a jungle biome first to collect some jungle wood. I also stopped by a mesa to collect some terracotta and a desert to get some sandstone. I wish everything was as easy to get as sandstone, but as you can see here, we got a decent amount spare. I also got some oak wood and some birch wood, came home and smelted my sandstone, and then used this magic shulker here which transfers things from my chest into it. Oh look, there's all those random materials I found in my chests. I also made the mud brick walls, got some honeycomb to make some waxed weathered copper, and then used my stone cutter to make some cut copper. I then went out into the wild and collected myself some moss. And that's everything, so let's turn the funky music off. I've just realized it's 3 minutes and 7 seconds into this video and I've not actually really told you why I'm building this big old thing, or what it is. Well, let me explain. My current storage room is this little room here, and as you can see by this overflow, we are very much running out of space. A lot of the barrels especially are all getting rather filled up with just unorganized rubbish, and it's annoying me, and even some of the chests like the wood ones over here. So I'm going to build a big old storage room. I'm going to build a big old storage room here, except not, because today I'm just working on the exterior. The exterior is such a big project that we're going to save the interior till next time. So today I'm gathering more and more materials and making my storage system work while working on an exterior for my storage system. Make it all make sense. I can't, I'm sorry. But it's time to get started on our first layer, which didn't actually take that much materials. As you can see here, it's not a lot. It's because it's the first layer. What I am going to be doing though is clearing out a lot of this space, which is what I mean when I say the old storage system is going to suffer some more. No time like the present, let's do it. So like I said, we had to clear out some space beforehand, not a huge amount of space, but some space, let's just say. But that's for later. Let's get working on the actual build right now. As you can see, we've also extended the ground a little bit. We're working on some more terraforming later. Yet we're only currently working on the first layer, and I've not built that much. Now I know what you're thinking. Joel, you missed a bit. Actually, you missed quite a lot. Like I said, it's layers. Full transparency, I used the Light Matica mod to tell me how many materials I need exactly. It's looking good, and it kind of mirrors what we have over here on the left, so that's good. When I say mirrors, it's completely different and different colors. I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I'm building this thing in layers, I'm going to call it the cake, because cakes have layers as well. And oh boy, am I hungry for some filling in this cake. Did that sound wrong? I don't know, but let's build layer 2. I like to always tread the line between PG and not PG. But anyway, more material gathering. The music's playing. Oh, I do like gathering materials, don't I? You kind of have to build stuff. It's part of Minecraft. But lots of wood being chopped, as you can see here. Plenty of oak and birch this time round. And I also used the spruce that I had last time. You probably saw that earlier. Some calcite. Some spruce logs stripped because I didn't do it the first time round like an idiot. I also got myself some packed mud for some packed mud walls. Some white concrete powder. And I went to the Nether to collect some stuff as well. We finished up with some azalea leaves, and I also made myself a better diamond hoe as well, so I could collect leaves a little bit easier in the future. I have every material I need apart from oxidized copper. Look how long this has taken. It's so annoying. But I have all these other materials ready to go. It's just the copper. So while we wait for this to oxidize, let me tell you a story about farming these crops. It all started when I punched the carrots, and then I replanted all the carrots again. The moral of the story being, farming is incredibly boring. Oh, I didn't even realize we're on day 400. That's kind of cool. And is the copper oxidized? So instead of farming, how about we make a new farm? But first, look at these statistics. We've played for 3 days now, over 72 hours. Mined a lot of stone, mined way too many carrots, to be honest. Anyway, let's get building this extra farm, and this farm's going to be a melon farm as we don't have melons yet. But do we have enough oxidized copper? We haven't got enough yet, but I'm just bored. I've been wandering around just like waiting for single blocks to oxidize, and I'm so bored. I'm just going to start building and hope the blocks are oxidized by the time I need them. Spoiler, they did oxidize in time, as you'll probably see from them oxidizing on the left there. But we got building the second layer, and this is by far the biggest layer of all the layers we're going to be doing. There's multiple buildings jutting out from different levels. We've even got a diagonal one in there as well because that's fun. And on the far right here, we have a tower which goes quite tall in comparison to the other buildings so far. But don't worry, it won't look so weird when we build the rest of the layers. But that completes layer 2. But to be honest, I was more excited about my copper oxidizing. Oh, my copper is oxidized. Oh, yeah. Watch me mine it all in time to a song. Tequila. Tequila. So now that this bit is done, you can kind of see the space we're going to be working with for this chest system. By the way, did you think I was going to build the interior this episode? I am not. Today is all about exterior. Next time is going to be interior, which is probably going to take longer, to be honest. We're nearly halfway through our stages, and stage 3 is a fun one, as I think I have all the materials I need almost. Let's go see. Wow, I was very optimistic when I recorded that last clip. Yeah, I'm missing a few things. Here's a list of what I'm missing. Yeah, let's go get those. Minecraft montage. Wasn't that fun? Now we get to build this center part, but it's the fourth part that's my favorite. I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry, third part. I know I'm about to build you, but the fourth part is worth sticking around for. I mean, it's time for another time lapse, and I'm talking quite a lot, so I'll probably get... I edit these videos, so I do that to myself. Anyway, look, we're finishing the final sort of building layer here. That'll make sense later. We've got another big tower, and we've got these sandstone pillars here with a ring around them as well. But what's going in the middle? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, if you wait like 2 minutes, you'll find out. Don't worry. But let's land on the roof over here, and you can see... Ooh, it's looking good. Ooh, all it needs is something in the middle. And you know what? I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to build a tree, but it's going to be really big. Which is why I made this hoe earlier, to collect leaves. So please don't leave, as I'm going to go collect some leaves in a leaf collecting time lapse. And if you do leave, make sure to subscribe before you leave. And how about you leave my wife's name out your Before we could do anything, first we went and got some bones from the Nether and also some gravel. We then went and bone milled a lot of azalea trees. Also collected some iron in the rain because I collect iron in the rain. Sorry, I then got some spruce wood, some mangrove leaves, and then I got myself so much oak wood because I needed so much oak wood. I also got myself some moss blocks, and then finally some shroomlight. All right, time for this old man, me, to build you a tree. First, though, we filled in the ground with the moss and the coarse dirt we collected, plus some other little bits and bobs, including the mangrove leaves. I then got working on the ginormous tree, which has some leaves on top of it, as well as some shroom room light so that mobs don't spawn, and some red glazed terracotta just to add a little bit of extra detail to it. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the final thing we needed. Look at it. It looks amazing. And if you're wondering how I build trees like this, in my creative world, I start off by making a sort of shape out of wool. I then add on all the wood and some branches and finally the leaves. I actually had 2 goes at the leaves. The first time I added them, I thought it was too many leaves. So we ended up with this version here, which doesn't have as many and it looks more realistic, I think. But you know what's not realistic? It's floating. Yes. The final step is some terraforming. Not only terraforming, but tree adding as well. We're going to add on a few trees into this area as well. And maybe a pathway down or something. I don't know. Where should we link it up to? I haven't thought this far. I'll have a mess around in my creative world and see what I come up with. Now, everything else so far has been planned out. This entire build and all that. But this terraforming, I'm just gonna wing it, baby. I rarely ever do this, so it could turn out awfully, but let's give it a go. I'm scared. We're gonna need so many materials, though, like moss, oak leaves, dripstone, basically everything we use here. Now, you've seen me collect things like moss and leaves too many times already today, so I'm gonna skip ahead, but while I skip ahead, Muddy here will tell you a story. Go ahead, Muddy. Wow, thank you for distracting everyone, Muddy, while I was gathering all this. Oh my gosh, this took ages. But we're ready to start terraforming, and you thought that was a lapse of time? Well, watch this. With a time-lapse. A time-lapse that took 2 hours to record because first we started out by destroying all these trees here. I then got working on the way over, which I decided to do this sort of rope bridge using some trapdoors and some fences. I then headed over and made a path all the way up to the front door and finished off the front door as well. Then it was time to add in a lot of trees, as you can see here. I think it was 10 trees in total, which took about 40 minutes itself to build, and then we got working on the terraforming, which is just really awkward and takes a long time, especially just replacing grass and dirt and replacing it with gravel, leaves, moss, etc. But as you can see, it really does bring it to life a little bit more, especially when you add all the flowers in like we do at the end. But we weren't done there. We decided to add some trees onto the side of the building itself, some smaller trees, finishing off the cake and finishing this building exterior. And now if I fly down here and come in, oh baby, look at it. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so good. I can't believe how well it's come out. Now there is a bit of empty space here where I've not really terraformed or done anything. That's because I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. It feels like I could put something there. I'm just unsure what at the moment. But this is looking grand. I even tried to sort of like blend it into the terrain around here as well, although this terrain is pretty hideous. I've tried my best, and there are trees everywhere behind this thing as well. As you can see, I've only done up to a certain point because, again, there's space for stuff all around here which we could add in the future. I've got big plans with this place, baby. Let's see how much of the stuff we built we can get in one screenshot. Look at that! Oh! Oh, it's so good. And of course, the rope bridge over here, meaning you can access this place by foot as well, rather than just flying in. And we're only on episode 5, is this? I can't remember, to be honest. It might be 6. And we built so much already. But look, if I do a cinematic shot here from the depths down below, all the way up to our 2, I don't really know what to call them, the castles, I guess, the cake, and the library. Oh, they do sit nicely next to each other. Now we reached the 400-day mark in this video, and I didn't do anything special for it. And Muddy has helped us out a lot here today by distracting you guys with his story, so I'm going to get Muddy a friend. Now I couldn't find any more cats, so instead meet Berry here. That's right, this is Berry, who's good friends with Muddy. They'll be the best of friends. It kind of looks like Puss in Boots and Donkey. If only I still had that Shrek skin. But I don't. It's never coming back. And on that lovely note, it's time to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more content. And next time, we'll be building the interior. Blech.